Hello and welcome back to Learn Node.js on Codecademy. We're in the What is the Backend section. This is What is an API? When a user navigates to a specific item for sale on an e-commerce site, the price listed for that item is stored in a database. And when they purchase it, the database will need to be updated with the correct inventory for that item type. In fact, much of what the backend entails is reading, updating, or deleting information stored in a database. In order to have consistent ways of interacting with data, a backend will often include a web API. API stands for Application Programming Interface and can mean a lot of different things, but a web API is a collection of predefined ways of or rules for interacting with a web application's data, often through an HTTP request response cycle. Unlike the HTTP requests a client makes when a user navigates to a website's URL, this type of request indicates how it would like to interact with a web application's data, create new data, read existing data, update existing data, or delete existing data, and it receives some data back as a response. Let's walk through an example of making an online purchase again, but this time we'll imagine how the application's web API might be used. When a user presses the button to submit an order, that will trigger a request to send them to a different view of the website, an order confirmation page. But an additional request will be triggered from the front end, unseen by the user, to the web API so that the database can be updated with the information from the order. Some web APIs are open to the public. Instagram, for example, has an API that other developers can use to access some of the data Instagram stores. Others are only used by the web application internally. Codecademy, for example, has a web API that employees use to accomplish internal tasks. So here we see the web API requesting from the database and either creating something in the database, reading something in the database, updating something in the database, deleting something in the database. So again, APIs, what you should take from this lesson is that it is a collection of predefined ways or rules for interacting with the web application's data, which means that we'll be able to create, read, update, delete. If you take one thing from this lesson, it's this section here. If you understand this, then you're getting the basics of what an API does and how it works, and we'll cover more in the next lessons, and I'll see you there.